Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Waffles. Today we got another Hades video. In this video I am doing multiple runs with the same goal pretty much. The first goal was to try and get the Thanatos item to stack up to 30% because that's an achievement and I wanted to get that achievement done. And the second goal is also an achievement. The second achievement I wanted to try was the extreme measurement achievement. This one I would have to beat Elysium while having the extreme measurements modifier on. And yeah, that's pretty much it. What I didn't know in the beginning was that I needed to stack that modifier 3 times before it could work. Because the first time you equip it, it works on the first boss. If you equip it twice, then it works on the first and second boss. So I needed it 3 times so it would work on the first 3 bosses. Which I didn't do the first run. But nonetheless I still tried as much as possible to get a Thanatos item leveled. Which wasn't easy, it's pretty hard clearing rooms without taking damage. Because there's like so many variables that can happen, like you can have a shit bill, or like there's just one bad timing you do or whatever. Or there's lava in Asphodel. That just screws you over. Also bosses are near to impossible to do without taking any damage. As you can see right here, I have the extreme measurements thing for the first boss, which is basically you get one of the Furies and then either one or 2 of the other Furies sometimes tag along for like an extra moveset. This is the same thing for all the other bosses, but each boss of course has a different like extra moveset, so to say. For the Furies, this time it was Megara and both the sisters sometimes tagged along for a move, which was alright. Sometimes it could get hectic depending on where you're standing and what the situation was, but it wasn't like too difficult, I would say. For the rest I was just like trying to unlock upgrades I hadn't used still and like fishing and all that crap. And the build I was going right now was pretty much just the crit sword with crits. Like, it's not too crazy, but I mean, if you can stack your crits very reliable, you're gonna do a lot of damage. And you don't need like the most meta build out there if you like play a bit well. And so that was what I was trying for. But it didn't work that great. I think all these 3 runs I didn't get further than Theseus, basically, just because I was trying so hard for things. Like, also the extreme measurements made the bosses a bit harder. They were relatively not that crazy hard, but you can still notice it. And my first time doing all these bosses with extreme measurements, they went pretty well, in my opinion. Like, it's not like the most insane difficulty increase. As you can see right here at the Hydra, nothing changed, and that's due to me not noticing I needed multiple modifiers for it to work the way I meant it to do. As you saw in the map, because I used this modifier, this was like the new run pretty much, to try and get like blood and diamonds and ambrosia and stuff, because I hadn't gotten that far yet with this many modifiers on the sword. I can't recall how much heat I needed, because time of editing this is like way beyond the time of recording. So sorry for that, but I think it was like 1 or 2 heat, couldn't be more. So nothing too like crazy. It's mainly just try harding for achievements, because that's also a goal, and I felt like during the second series, the road to compilation, I hadn't really like spent time on just clearing achievements, which was one of the main goals that led me to do this series. Because I would have to have all the achievements to get it 100% eventually. Much more than like just having every character in the game have max relationship status. That's something I want to do as well, but that's not as important to me as like the achievements, I suppose. Just because the achievements, like you see them on Steam and stuff, like it shows like you technically completed the game, and that's like enough for me. But I'm still gonna try and get literally everything in the game again. You see here, like I quickly lose alive and take a good amount of damage and die, and then I just start the second run. Like there is a bit of time between all these runs, but they were all recorded in the same day pretty much. So not that that really matters, but like I was really invested in grinding for these two achievements at that time. I mean 3 runs, that's like an hour and a half probably you spent easily. Probably even more, maybe even close to 2 hours, because my speed in these runs isn't always the best, especially while trying to not take damage. And the reason I'm using sword again as well is because I felt like that probably was my best chance in getting the Thanatos item max. Just because I felt like the sword was doing me justice a lot lately, and it was like my smoothest weapon, I must say, at that time. Like currently, it's still probably one of my best weapons, even at the time of editing this and recording this voiceover, which is like a huge difference in runs between when the footage was taken. I must say the sword is still probably maybe even my best weapon still, but I've gotten way better with all the other weapons as well, so little pat on my own shoulder. So you'll be glad to see what other videos will come. Like there's gonna be some really good runs and some fun challenges and stuff, so just keep in mind and don't forget about the channel. Now that I mentioned the channel, yeah, you can always feel free to drop a like and a comment and subscribe even if you want to. This is the first time I've done a mid-video plug, but why not? As you can see, I have the Fury thing with the extreme measurements again. It's like a bit different than last time, just because it was Alecto this time and she just had Tisiphoning helping her, no Megara. I don't get how it works, if it's like always when you encounter Megara then the two come help. If you encounter Alecto then only Tisiphoning comes help. I don't know if that's like a set pattern or it's like completely random. But yeah, who knows? Might find out someday if I use this modifier some more, but right now I'm not planning to, because I know for a fact there's a prophecy at some point that needs me to fulfill that same goal, so I'm just gonna wait until I have that prophecy before I'm gonna attempt that achievement, because otherwise it's just a bit stupid, like to try hard for it 2 times when I can do it once. And I don't know if this game has like advanced mechanics behind like them prophecies, like it recognizes you already done it so you instantly complete it. I don't think that's a thing. Maybe for like the gold upgrades that could potentially be a thing though, where if you like wait hella long to give them elixir or nectar or whatever. Anyway, listen to me rant just about random shit. That was not the point. Now you can see the Hydra is way different as well. Like the map is just completely different, and the Hydra does like different attacks as well at some point. This one is probably the hardest of the 3 bosses with extreme measurements, just because it's so easy to take damage from the lava while dodging. Like just some free damage you take and you don't want to take, sadly. So yeah, right here you can see I start struggling again in Elysium. Like usual with the Exalted, it's really hard to get your Thanatos item leveled up once you get to Elysium, in my opinion. Just because they are fast, they have a wide moveset compared to the ones in Asphodel and Tartarus. Like, all those Exalted have like a couple of abilities, moves, whatchamacallit. While other enemies usually have like one attack they do. Especially when you go for trials like I did in the room before and then get the mini boss. Makes it a bit harder as well. And like you can see, I don't really have a build. Like, all my items are like passive items. Non like mainstream empowering boons. So I'm still like lacking a dodge and a cast. And like when you get this far, that can start having consequences, to be honest, even if you have many other like passive upgrades. Because your attack radius is different. As you can see right now, we have Theseus in his extreme measurement and he just looks stupid. But hey, it's pretty fun. Like, he just cruises around the map shooting in his chariot, while Asterius gets like way stronger. Like, he chases you even harder. He can smash pillars. He does like a twirly twirl that lasts pretty long and has a wide range as well. So like, Theseus, in my opinion, here is easier because he takes like half his HP until his armor, so to say, gets destroyed, and then he takes like until he has only a 4 left, and then only then he starts using his god ability. So like, he kind of gets a bit easier, but just Asterius makes it so that you walk into his Theseus range a lot, and the combination of them can make it harder. But like, if you can face Asterius earlier on, I think it might be easier. But he's still gonna have the upgrade, so I don't know about it, to be honest. And that's how I died again. Like, I wasn't really ready for the upgrade. So I just lately did the same thing again. Swords, Thanatos item, and yeah. Like you've been seeing for the last couple of rooms. It's not going so well in this run. Like, a lot of the rooms I just take useless damage. And it was really annoying. I was getting really, like, demotivated because of this. Like, if you want to attempt this achievement or like want to get this high, don't grind for it like I did. Because like, it's eventually just going to be playing for a while. And your skills, I think for most people, start slacking. And you're just gonna get demotivated because it's gonna get a bit boring and you just really want to do it and it's not working. So my advice is, if you want to try and grind for the game like how I have been doing, try to switch it up a bit, like challenges now, achievements, and just a normal run. Do some fun stuff. Don't grind for the same thing over and over. Take breaks, basically. And that counts for a lot of things, like schoolwork, actual work, and other games. Just knowledge with waffles right here. Big rain time. As you can see in that room, I just like went back and forth the entire time to like avoid any possibility of damage, and that makes you progress like really slow, and it can get boring, like really boring. And then you encounter the stupid fucking Gorgon again. Man, I hate this room. Like, it's not the hardest, but it's just so annoying to fight. And at some point during my recording sessions, I literally had it like every run I encountered it. Man, it really started to piss me off, to be honest. I don't know if you guys have like an enemy in this game that makes, or like a room that makes you just like really annoyed if you like encounter it again. So drop it in the comments what your like triggering room is in this game. For me, it definitely has to be the Gorgon and the Head Snatcher, or whatever its name is. Just like the fight always takes a while, and the stupid Gorgon just starts hiding in a corner every time. Just so annoying. And then she has like her stone ability, like the projectiles you can't destroy with your weapon. Like most projectiles, you can only deflect or dodge them, and if you don't have a deflect, sometimes dodging it is hard while there's like magma balls spouting out of the lava and the Head Snatcher is just doing its thing. Sometimes you can't like fully dodge it, and just a pain in the ass, to be honest. And then like the Exalted can be really annoying, but that one is like guaranteed to be annoying, while the Exalted just like only 80% of the time they're annoying. As you've seen in many of my videos, they bully me a lot, like way too often. As you see a lot, during these basketball runs, I've been able to get quite a lot of new Daedalus upgrades as well, which I really like. Like some of them are just not that great. Like I wouldn't say any of them are bad, but like sometimes they just don't work with your build or like your playstyle. So it's really nice to be able to get them over it without like an actual attempt. And as you just saw, we finally did it. 30%. Man, I was so happy when that achievement popped up. Like, you can't believe how insane that felt to me, because I didn't really want to try another run for either of those achievements. Now, that achievement is done, but the extreme measurements still that is a no-go. I die again a bit later on before I can beat him, but it didn't matter to me. Like, I had one of the two objectives done, I got a bunch of rewards, I got a bunch of upgrades. Like, I really couldn't be mad. But there's still about 2 minutes left into this run, and then that'll be it for today. So let me just hit you with the outro and just enjoying the last little bit of me suffering and dying. So thank you guys for watching. Feel free to leave a like and a comment, you know the drill. Subscribe if you want to see more of my content, because like, it's always gonna, if you like my videos, why not? It's not like it's gonna bother you or it costs anything. So and I would greatly appreciate it, but you don't have to. Like, it's fully your choice. I would just really appreciate it if you did. So that'll be it for me then. See you guys next time, and peace out.
To see